All right, Squadron, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use or generate a signature that we can use for verifying hashes when we use webhooks. So very quickly, it looks like a place where we generate the header, we generate a signature using the payload that we're sending. And then on the other end, or when you get it, you're going to get this signature here, the SHA-256 signature, which you can then compare with your one that you generate to make sure that those payloads come from a legitimate source. All right, lads, let's go. Obviously over the top when you not even have any webhooks, but I know all about that security. So what we want to do here is we want to actually encrypt is what we're trying to say, or use a signature to make sure that our payload wasn't tampered with when we're sending a webhook. So it's quite simple to do. What we need to do here in Ruby, I'm running Rails C. We literally just need to use OpenSSL with HMAC, create a hex digest using the SHA-256 algorithm, and then we're going to pass secret and the body. So what we've got when we create webhooks now in here, if you've been following along, you create new webhook and the user can provide a secret. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a hash signature that we can use that the user on the other end can use to validate that the payload has not been tampered with. So to do that, I showed you this. So now what we need to do is actually implement this in our code. In here, we've got our notifiers. We created the custom delivery method for webhook in here. This is what we're using to send webhooks rather than the built-in one because we wanted to store the event so that we can log it and then at the end do it here. How do they do it? So with GitHub, they're actually sending it through in the signature. The signatures that you generate should match the following signature values. So they've got the signature here. Now, if I open webhook.site, we can have a look. Here, you can see they've got the X-Hub signature and the X-Hub signature 256. So we want to send the 256. So we'll probably do something in the headers like X signature 256. And what we could do is they've got X-Hub. So we could even just say Clipflow signature 256. And then we're going to store that there, yeah, in the header. So when we send that request, it'll come through the header and you can actually go and check that. And then what does that look like? So for us, it's our payload. So that is the JSON. So the JSON that we're sending through, we're going to create a hash of that. Let's just double check that we can actually do that. So if we had this and then we said our body was actually JSON, okay, so it doesn't convert the hash to a string. So we just got to go to string on that bad boy. And that's going to give us our SHA-256 value. So this is basically what we're going to do here. Now we have got our webhook endpoint and that has the secret value. So only if we have the secret value, so this is top secret value in here, we want to generate that. So what I might do here is I'm going to say generate a hash signature. I might even just call it generate signature. And that's going to be this. It's a SHA-256. What we might even do is we might say here, we might even say return. So if we got the webhook endpoint, I might just grab that here. We're going to have to merge it in. So we're going to say webhook endpoint is here. So let's just put that there. We're going to say if webhook endpoint dot secret dot present, then we're going to do this. And what we're going to do again is we're going to go merged headers dot merge. And then in here, we're going to do this. So we're going to grab that, put that there. Boom. And then this is going to be generate secret here. And we're going to just pass in the actual secret. Yeah. So that's going to be the secret. Boom. So we're generating a signature and we're passing in the secret. And we also actually need to pass in the payload. So that is the JSON. So here we're going to say, literally, we can just go evaluate option JSON. And we're going to go JSON here. So that's the JSON payload. Now, the only thing is, I think the JSON's the full option. So we actually need to get JSON. And if we have a look, so when we do a comment, our JSON is this entire object. Now, we could just hash this whole thing, and it's probably not a problem. So let's just use this JSON object here. So what we're going to do is we're going to say pass in the secret. We don't need to check anything here. And then what we can just go is JSON to string. Boom. And that's going to generate the signature. So now we're going to have these headers and then we're going to have the signature there sending across. So let's actually give that a little spin. So if we go and copy this now and set up a webhook. So I'll just delete this one, add a new one. So we chuck that in here and it's going to just be webhook.site. And then the secret is just going to be top secret. That was silly. I hit escape to get rid of that. Enabled. And then here we've got all events. So that's all good. So we hit save on that. If we go here, so it says we've got 16. So that's fine. I wonder if you can clear them all. But anyway, let's go here. Let's go test, send it. Hopefully everything works. We've had so many. Oh, there we got 17. Oh, there we go. Now, did our headers go? Doesn't look like it, which is annoying. So something's not going right there. There's our body. So we just have to check. That's what it is. Merge headers equals merge headers. That's what it is there. I didn't set that. So let's try that again. Tets. Should get that through here in a second. There it is. There we go. So there we've got our signature. And now on the other side, when the user wants to validate this, all they need to do is they need to generate a signature with the content of the body. So let's see if we can do that. I don't know how we're going to do that nicely, but we need to grab this. Let's see if this is a string. Okay. So realistically, this would be in our console would be JSON string. Does that work? Let's generate using this. We're going to generate the same, try and see if we can get the same token. So it's this, it's top secret, and then it's JSON string. So I wonder if it's not the same. It's because I've copy pasted it. Unfortunately, looks like it's got these little guys in here as well. Let's have a look. So I found it. So what we need to do is I've just done this. That seems a little bit silly, but what I'm doing here is I'm just creating the JSON payload. So it's the same thing used across everywhere as the method. And I'm generating a string and then passing it just so that it maintains the consistency across keys. Because what we want is realistic. I know that in this DB though, it's already not, so it goes ID payload. So that's not going to work because that goes ID event type. But what I want to just make sure is that the payload we're using for generating the signature matches the payload we're sending. So that's the key piece here, is that they are consistent. So I just want to get the keys, depending on how it's passing and generating, it's the same. So I'm doing that there, because I feel like that was getting out of whack for some reason when we're turning it to a string. So just want to make sure we're using the same value across all. Now, when we actually send it, we are getting 2CO and then ending in 696. So that's the code. And then if we have a look here, so what I did is I just said JSON string and I just copy pasted the body. And then I just said, generate me a new secret with my secret key, which I, as a client or consumer of the webhook, would then get this payload and I would have the secret stored because I entered it into Clipflow. Now I'd hit that and I get 2C, and then I go here, we go sig is equal to, so this one, and then what we're going to say is open that is equal to sig true. Okay, so that's the quick match, but we're not encouraged to do that. If you read the documentation from GitHub, they're like, don't do that. Make sure you don't just never use the plain equals. Instead, considering using a method like secure compare or crypto timing safe equal, which performs a constant time string comparison to help mitigate certain timing attacks against regular equality operators, or using regular loops in just-in-time optimized languages. Okay. So in Rails, for instance, is what we're all watching this on, we would do rack utils secure compare. So we're now going to grab that and we're going to say sig, and then we're going to compare this one. This is on the other end, and we get a true, okay? So that means now that there's nothing being tampered with. Now, for instance, if I change that JSON string, I was like, oh, I'm going to be sneaky, and it's like 0.1, and then I ran that again, this should fail, get a false. So that means like someone's tampered with our payload in the middle, or someone's found our endpoint and just sending us stuff. We can compare using the secrets, and if they match, we know it's from a legitimate source because we've told them the secret, and then we've got them the same. Very cool little thing to do. It's not that hard to implement, but it creates a lot of security. There's no can't change the payload and just start sending us random webhooks to our system to try and send in false data or anything, depending. So we're just creating this little bit of security across system. So that's very cool. So the one thing we need to do as well is when we generate this signature, it's basically going to be this plus that. Because I think I like this concept here that GitHub's doing is they're telling you what algorithm has been used to generate the signature. So it just makes it easy to see on the other end. So it's like, oh yeah, no, it wasn't SHA-256, it could be SHA-512 or whatever. It's coming through. But if we now go and send this, it should come through and we have a look. It should say now, there we go. We've got SHA-256 equals. I'm really just following the convention. And what I'm sensing is they've done the other way where they didn't have it there. And then their new one is like this. So I'm just like, hey, just follow it. They've probably learned some lessons. They've probably seen a lot more webhooks than I do. So we're just going to add that little prefix there. So that's always there. So it's very easy to say, okay, cool. That's it. So when you decode the same thing, instead of just straight decoding, we actually need to decode with that in mind. So it'll just be the string and then you just compare whatever that is. So I think it'll be SHA-256 in the prefix there. So this one's false, but yeah, you get the point. So hopefully that helps. So what did we actually do? Quick have a refresh. So all we've really done is in here, we've just passing our payload, which is now standard. It's just JSON pass, JSON generate, just to get those keys in order. And then here, if the webhook endpoint has a secret, we are just setting this Clipflow signature 256 header, which we're using this OpenSSL HMAC hex digest to create that signature. And then when we're delivering it, we're posting it and we're sending those headers. On the other end, you now get the signature here, which is very small, but you can see it there. So that's there. And then if we go and actually take this payload in our system, whoever's receiving that webhook can then do a comparison and make sure that those secrets match. Basically generate a secret from it. Job done. So very cool. I just wanted to implement that because we did have the secret field in here that you can do when you add your webhook. So if you do set that, we actually make sure that's all matching. So hopefully you found that as exciting as I did, because I certainly did. Well, until next time, catch you later.